Welcome back to the channel for another episode of the anti-discrimination and anti-racism series. So before we start talking about how to fix things and what we should do in our society, let's chalk out and discuss openly and clearly what it is that we are going to address. The political correctness agenda in our society prevents us from having an open discussion or debate about most of these issues. Racism is a type of discrimination, and discrimination has been around for as long as man has been on this planet. If we go back into the human civilization, you can see that men and women have been choosing partners to marry or to reproduce. Genetically, we're all programmed to continue the human race and evolve into better living beings. I'm not going to say human beings because we're animals and this is about survival of the fittest. So over the years, people don't realize that when men look at a woman and they fancy her, and if she's beautiful, or a woman looks at a man and they fancy each other, it's a lot more than just physical appearance and what your eyes are seeing. It's a lot to do with how the DNA is programmed. We're all designed to procreate and improve the human race. So psychologically, genetically, we are all programmed to find the most suitable partner for us. And that in itself is where discrimination starts. If you see someone ugly, if you see someone beautiful, you choose the beautiful person, you're discriminating against the ugly person. So society isn't just about black versus white. Go back into history. All races have been killing each other and hurting each other over centuries. It's not just black and white. The black slavery issue arose. Before that, Christians were killing Muslims, Muslims were killing Christians. It was a religious war. There has always been some kind of discrimination, some kind of hatred within the human civilization. And today, if you move away from this Western world where we're talking about black and white at the moment, if you go to, for example, Asia, in Southeast Asia, countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, where there's a massive Muslim majority, and even in the Middle East, which is all Muslim, but they have different sects of Muslims, like a Shia Muslim or a Sunni Muslim. They hate each other and they kill each other. They're the same race. So it's not just racial, it's religious and so many other things. So people always find a reason to be envious, jealous, upset, angry with someone else because they hate them or they dislike them for whatever reason. If your wife is more beautiful than mine, I will be jealous and envious and hate you. If you drive a better car, I will hate you. So all of these are various forms of hatred that have evolved in our society and we don't talk about it. The race issue is just another type of discrimination. If you go to Scandinavian countries where the political correctness propaganda has gone to another level, another extreme, they portray themselves as this really pious and equal society. But anyone who's traveled well enough in Scandinavia will know that they have an equal amount of racism. They just don't have it in the media. No one talks about it and discusses it. I'm actually quite pleased seeing some recent posts from my friends in Scandinavia about their personal experiences of racism. But it's part of human civilization. In Scandinavia, for example, everyone has the same quality of life. They have the same facilities. They're all white. They're all very similar looking. Money is something people don't brag about. Education is very consistent and similar. So there is no competition there. But if you go there, you'll notice that people go to the gym a lot. They exercise, they look after their physical appearance. They want to be more beautiful than the next person. They try to eat healthy food, they'll exercise, they'll show off in other ways where they can. Even if it's saying I'm environmentally friendly, I'm a vegan, I'm a vegetarian, I'm walking 10 miles a day. All of those things are saying I'm better than the next person. And that's the key issue with the human civilization. We're genetically programmed to be competitive. We're genetically programmed to be better than the next person because it's survival of the fittest. However, because of the political correctness, we don't really address these issues and no one talks about it. So some of us are aware of these issues, but we can't really do anything about it. So I think the most important thing that I would like to get out of this series is to start a discussion to raise the awareness within our population and our civilization to say, we have these issues of discrimination at all levels. If someone is short, you discriminate against them. If someone's fat, you discriminate against them. Someone's too skinny, you discriminate against them. We don't like vegans, we don't like vegetarians, we don't like meat eaters. There's always something that people are moaning and talking about and discriminating against. We need to live and let others live. So that should be the motto of the way we live. And the most important thing to do for us in our everyday life is pick out 5 things that you see around you. I'm not going to tell you what they are because everyone will have a different environment and they will have different things that they're looking at. But write down on a A4 piece of paper with a marker 5 things around you that you think you are discriminating against other people or people are discriminating against you. And stick it on the wall somewhere where you can see it every day and try to do something about it. Try to change your behavior, try to influence others to change behavior, have a discussion with your friends, because all of us in this society have to do it individually and collectively for us to succeed. Otherwise, these protests will keep happening. There'll be waves of protests from time to time about one thing or another. We will never be able to come to a conclusion or a solution because there isn't one. This discrimination, this racism, this inequality, it's within the fabric of our society. It's part of our culture. It's part of our DNA. So to become more civilized human beings, we have to work on it actively every single day. One of the other biggest problems we're facing in our society is this idea, or created by the left-wing police, is let everyone do what they like. Everyone is free to do what they like. Well, everyone is free to do what they like, so allow people to kill each other, let people allow to drive on the left side of the road, the right side of the road. Let them be free in every possible way. It's not possible. We're savages. We need laws to control us. Otherwise, we're just like animals. And part of those laws should be removing this segregation within our society and enforcing certain things that prevent people from doing certain things. Now, I will show you 2 pictures, and here is one on this side of a person, and here is another one of another person. Now, when you look at this picture, what comes to your mind immediately? Do you feel happy? Do you feel scared? Do you feel this person is approachable? You can go talk to them? Are they friendly? And what about the same for this person? Do you think this person is friendly? Do you think this person is educated? All these things may be created by the society, but they are there. We can't ignore them and say everyone is equal and we should treat everyone equally, because our brains are not robots. We are human beings and we have emotions. So when you see someone like that, it creates a certain type of emotion, and when you see someone like this, it creates a different type of emotion. Similarly, if you see a person who's white and looks like this, what do you feel? What do you think? And if you see a white person who looks like this, what do you see? What do you feel? All of these things, the external appearances, they trigger fears and preconceived ideas we have of people. And you cannot say that we can suddenly one day eradicate all the preconceptions, because it's not humanly possible. It will take a lot of time, but we have to work on it. So if you are a minority, it's your duty to look after your own people and slowly change this habit of dressing in a certain type of way, acting in a certain type of way, because if there are negative connotations associated with those actions or clothes, then they will follow you through your life and make it harder for you and others. So have a think about these pictures that I've shown you if you were in trouble, if you were in a foreign country, if you needed help, which one of these people would you choose? And there lies your answer. So if you're in this category and you think it's very fashionable or trendy, or you think this intimidates people, this gives you the cloak that you wear because it protects you, it doesn't really protect you. It actually intimidates other people and turns them against you. So when people say, oh, everyone should be allowed to do what they like, everyone should be allowed to do what they like within reason. We have laws in place, we have rules in place, because human beings otherwise would become complete savages. So we are going quite far to the left, and that's why people are just going out doing silly things and being crazy about it, and then they want the world to accept them for who they are. And the world isn't fair. The world is a cruel place, and there are people who've spent, 30, 40 years being mentally brainwashed and programmed to be afraid of this. And then suddenly you tell them that, no, this is the same as this. Not possible. So in this episode, this is all I want to talk about, to raise awareness as to what can we do individually within the minorities and the majorities of the population in our behaviors every day, in the way we dress, in the way we talk. Our everyday life impacts our future generations and our own well-being in this current time. Thanks for watching, and more videos to come in this series.